Columbus, unless Bobrovsky has a crazy series. But for my pick, I'm going to pick the Washington Capitals in 6. I'm sure Bobrovsky will probably steal a game for him, but Washington's Washington. They might have their ups and downs, and I might really hate them. But, I mean, they're a really good team, and they're in the playoffs for a reason, and they won the division, the Metro again for a reason. So I'm going to say the Capitals in 6. And for, let's see, the Stanley Cup winners the last 2 years running, Pittsburgh Penguins versus the, the other team from Pennsylvania, the Philadelphia Flyers. Now for my Western Conference picks. The Vegas Golden Knights versus the Los Angeles Kings. I'm gonna hop on the expansion train and go the Vegas Golden Knights are gonna win their first playoff series. I know Los Angeles is a lot more battle tested when it comes to this, but I'm gonna say Vegas. They've just been playing really well just about all season. They're a really tough team to play against. I'm gonna say Vegas in 5. Yes, I think Vegas is gonna. Vegas in 5. I'm gonna stick with that. Mark it. Next, we have the Anaheim Ducks versus the San Jose Sharks. Both teams are perennial chokes, with the exception of maybe San Jose 2 years ago making the finals, and the Ducks generally seem to underperform, but they had a lot of injuries during the season, and they really wind up coming through and still making the playoffs and getting over all of that. I'm going to have to say the Ducks in 6. For next, we have the Winnipeg Jets versus the Minnesota Wild. The Wild are one of those teams that just generally gets in like every year, but they really don't make too much noise. I'm really excited about the Winnipeg Jets making the playoffs. I believe besides Toronto, they're the only Canadian team that made the playoffs. Just had to double check. And Winnipeg, I mean, they've had hella good goaltending all year from Hellebuck. Patrick Laine's been like scoring. I think he had like 40 goals or really close to it. I think the Jets just have too much over the Wild, and that place is going to go crazy, finally getting a playoff game for the first time in I don't know how long. I'm going to have to say the Winnipeg Jets in 5. Winnipeg Jets in 5. I think they're going to just outdo Minnesota. And now for the final pick, big upset alert, Nashville Predators versus Colorado Avalanche. I'm totally bullshitting you. Nashville is going to demolish Colorado. They're a feel-good story, just like the Devils, basically getting into the playoffs, winning their last game of the season versus St. Louis to even get in. I highly question they're going to win another game. Nashville is just crazy good. I really wouldn't be surprised Nashville's in the finals again. If they're not playing Pittsburgh, they might even win the finals. Sorry, Shotty. But I'm going to have to say Nashville. I'm going to say 5 only because sweeps. I'm always iffy on sweeps. But I'm going to say the Nashville Predators in 5 only because I don't like sweeps. And those are my picks for the Stanley Cup.
Erik just calling in for my picks for the NHL 2018 playoffs. I'm going to start with the Eastern Conference. Bolton Devils. It's going to be a good matchup, considering that the Devils have been playing well in regular season against the Tampa Bay. It's going to be a close one, but sorry, Blake, I'm going to have to give it to the Bolt in 7. off to Boston and Toronto. That's going to be a good matchup, I think. Bruins have been playing well in the end, but have fallen short of the top seed. But they're going to have a good matchup against the Maple Leafs. I'm going to go with the Maple Leafs in 7. Capitals Blue Jackets. This game is pretty easy to distinguish, I think. It's going to be Capital. I'm going to give the Blue Jackets the benefit of the doubt with a victory. The Capitals will capitalize in Game 5. Penguins Flyers. Another straightforward. Penguins dominated the regular season against the Flyers. I think it's gonna be pretty chippy, but it will be Penguins in 6.
All right, that's our show. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back